All right, so let's get into these tax tables. So your taxable income is what we take to the tax table to calculate your taxes. The United States has a progressive tax system. Meaning that the more you earn, the more you are taxed. Now, this isn't true for everybody if you're involved in the elections at all, at least for us low and middle income earners. So there are some issues when you get to that top 1%, right? You're not taxed as much, or corporations aren't taxed as much as they should be. The marginal tax rates correspond with our taxable income, but not all income is taxed at the same rate. That will make more sense once we go to this table. Your taxable income is allotted up to the maximum in each bracket, and the money in each bracket is taxed at that bracket's rate. Again, this will make more sense once I show you. Although we say that a person is in the maximum tax bracket reached by their taxable income, not all of their taxable income is taxed at that rate. So what am I talking about? So let's go to this good old tax table. Now, you're going to see many tables. So, you see one here, and you're going to see a different one in a later example. And then in My Open Math, they give you certain tables to use. Just use whatever's given to you. They are all, it's interesting enough, they give you the same answer. It's just a different way of looking at it. So I'm more actually, I like looking at a table, for my brain at least. I'm just going to go down real quick. I like these kind of tables, and this is pretty much what My Open Math uses. But, okay, I'm going to go back up. All right. So back here, back. Here's my good old tax table. So what I mean is that if we look at example 2, Tina and Veronica are married, and they're filing jointly. So I'm going to first, so again, it depends on which table you're looking at because they all are organized differently. I'm going to look for married and filing jointly. So I'm only going to pay attention to this column. Okay. Then I have to figure out their taxable income. Well, luckily they did all that work for us. And it is $132,500. So now what I do is I look to where that fits in. And it looks like $132,500 will fit in right here. So what happens is that we claim that they are in the 22% bracket to be taxed. However, let's look at how to use this because it's only between $77,400 and $165,000 that is actually taxed at 22%. Then between $19,000 and $77,000-ish, that's actually taxed at 12%. And then the first $19,050 is taxed at 10%. So that's why I was saying not all of their taxable income is taxed at that same rate. They are in the 22% bracket, but certain values are taxed at different rates. So let's see if we can figure this out. So it says use the table to figure out their taxes. Okay. Well, it says the first $19,050 is taxed at 10%. So $19,050 is taxed at 10%. And hopefully you're feeling better about percentages. So that's 0.10. And then I'm going to add, well, now I'm looking here. Let me give myself that good old, I'm looking right here. Okay, so between $19,050 and $77,400, I'm taxed, or sorry, they are taxed at 12%. So what I'm going to do is, well, I want to find the leftover from $77,400. So $77,400. But I've already been taxed on that first $19,000, so I'm going to take that away because I don't want to be taxed double time. And then that is taxed at 12%, which hopefully you're feeling good about, is 0.12. And then whatever I have from $77,400 to what they actually earned is taxed at 22%. So that's why it's going to be what they earned, take away what we've already taxed them on. And that's 0.22 as a decimal. So I want to go ahead and bring up Desmos just to make sure that you know how to put it into Desmos. So you could also use Excel or Google Sheets, whatever you feel comfortable with. But I'm going to do 19,050 times, I'm going to get used to parentheses, so I'm going to put in parentheses, not necessary, but let me go ahead and go back. Okay, so there it is. Plus, parenthesis, make sure of that, 77,400 minus the 19,050. Close that parenthesis. Times that by your percentage, which was 12, so 0.12. Parentheses are your best friend. Plus 132,500. Take away what we already taxed from 77,400. And just that little chunk is 22%. So it looks like what Tina and Veronica are going to be taxed is $21,029. So $21,029. So another way to look at this, if this is a bit confusing, is here is their income. So they went from 0 and they earned $132,500 up until $19,050. They were taxed 10%, right? And then you're going to keep moving all the way up to $77,400, and just this portion was taxed at 12%. And then from $77,400 all the way up to what they earned, that was what was taxed at 22%. Now, that doesn't mean that's what they have to write the check for, because now what we'll do in the next video is we'll compare this value to what they gave the government throughout the year to see if they're going to actually owe or get a refund.